The Joe Rogan Experience.
But I was doing a show on Sirius with Jim Norton, and he brought in the guy who basically created Mindhunter. He was this he's interviewed all the serial killers and speaks to them. Yeah. And they brought him in. I think his name's John Douglas. They brought him in. He's just talking. It was fascinating. I was like, oh shit. So I got his book. Almost finished his book. I'm like, this is great, man. And then started listening to a podcast he's on. It's just about like murder and death. And I started looking up all this Charles Manson stuff. And I've been having awful nightmares and been a little depressed. And you know me, it's very rare I'm down. It's just a dark fucking world, man.
Yeah, you watch those true crime shows, they'll fuck your head up.
Dude, it makes you scared of everything. But it's also going on.
It's going on
right?
in very small numbers. Very, very small numbers, but it is going on. What it is like people that have been abused, people that have been fucked up, psychopaths, and people that have been through the correction system, through the penal system. Yeah, that's a lot of it.
It's so dark, man.
There's not that many of them.
And this guy has 3 daughters. I was like, how can you, like he was talking about this 7-year-old, terrible story. And I was like, how can you go home, man, and sleep? He's like, eventually, it's just a job. Like it does affect me a little bit. I'm like, do you just lock up your kids? Like I'd be like, just from hearing you, I don't want my son going to school. I don't want him leaving. He's like, nah, you learn to manage it. And he did say that. He's like, this is the exception. Like there's some dark stuff out there, but these gentlemen that he interviewed, Charles Manson, he was saying how he's 5'2", and he always has to speak over you, no matter what's going on. So they were in this room. There's 3 people, and Charles Manson, he got on a chair and stood over him, shouted down to him.
What was he saying?
I don't probably try and convert him into his
You
fucking
made
cult.
me, man. You people made me eat your garbage, man.
Hey, man.
Man. I'm a product of your society, man.
He's fucking crazy.
He was crazy.
He had
He's
a
dead as
quote, though.
fuck.
He has a quote that I was reading. Again, I'm too into it, man. I'm quoting Charles Manson. What's going on with my life? He was saying that it used to be like you were the exception when you're crazy. Now everybody's crazy.
That's what Manson was saying?
Yeah. He's like, used to be kind of cool, the in thing to be crazy. Now in society, everybody's crazy.
Well, he made it popular. The fuck?
Do you know how popular that fucking crazy serial killer is and all his followers?
Oh, my God.
Even to this day, like I was reading this article in Rolling Stones, how many books and even merch, and to buy locks of his hair is $50,000. It's going for $50,000 to buy locks of his hair, and how he sells merch. That's
$50,000 for
insane.
locks of his hair?
Yeah.
How much is a lock? Like, what does that get you?
I don't know.
Like, you could
I
cut
lost
a lock
out on
up in half.
I lost out on the bid.
Cut a lock in half. You know what I'm saying?
What's
like,
up?
who's to say how many?
Joe, let's split it. Put it in here,
who's
bro.
to say how many hairs
What's
is
up,
in
man?
a lock?
Yeah, I know.
How
Could
much
be
you
a big
think
piece, though.
What if he shaves his balls and you give like a saran wrap baggie of his pubes? How much is that worth?
100 G's. Piece of his
probably
dick piece. 100 G's, dude. Charles Manson dick piece.
He was married when he died. The crazy bitches find serial killers in jail and marry them. Happened with Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Yeah, there's
Happens
some
with a lot of
sexual
people.
thing to it, right?
Yeah, some women want to be around killers, and even in particular, guys have killed women.
How crazy is that?
It's very crazy.
Can you imagine when your daughter's, when they're, let's say, 22,
Marries a serial killer.
in prison? At least you know she's not going to die, but safe.
Look, there's people out there, I don't have to tell you, that do a fucking terrible job of raising their kids. You know, it's one of the reasons why people like you, people like me, people that get into being a parent, that really enjoy it, when you see something like that, it's even more disturbing because you know that when you see a serial killer or someone who's fucked up, that person was a baby that had a terrible life, like almost always. They just got a shitty roll of the dice. They got bad parents.
It's usually the moms. It's the relationship with the moms that fuck them up. Not so much the fathers. Usually the mother-son relationship.
Really?
Yeah. It's usually always mother-son, and that's what usually causes the horrible...
That's why Norman Bates from Psycho was so dead on, right?
Yep.
He's dealing with his mom. He dressed up like his mom.
You hear that
people.
guy, and he's the one who literally, he's Jeffrey Dahmer, Charles Manson. When there's something he was talking about John Bonet, which, I'm from Denver, went to school in Boulder. That was the John Bonet Ramsey murder case was such a big deal.
Yeah.
And
they still can't sell that house.
They can't sell it. No, I had a buddy, my strength coach, Doc Crease, rented it. It was like, fuck a ghost, and moved in there. Right after the murders. Anyway, so...
How did he handle it? Did he freak out?
No, he's cool. He's from Louisiana, like real tough dude. Didn't give a fuck.
It's
He
like
says he
Theo.
didn't give a
They're
fuck.
missing a chromosome down there.
Yeah, you'd be pretty crazy to move in there. It was a great deal, and it was a great spot.
It was for sale for years.
I think they might have knocked it down.
They should.
I drove to the O.J. Simpson.
They should knock
murder
it down.
place.
They should take out all the dirt and replace it with new dirt.
Yeah, they should
That's
just
what they
knock
should do.
down everything.
Just knock it down and dig a hole all the way to hell. Whatever the fuck dirt was there.
It's so dirty, man. But that dude, he was just talking, and it was fascinating. I didn't say a word. And then we went to John Bonet. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to chime in here because I know this case, and I know it well. And Jim asked him a question. That was like my time to jump in. I go, yeah, but it's probably the parents, right? Or maybe the son. And he hasn't acknowledged me this entire interview. I don't know if Jim noted this. And he goes, what'd you say? I goes, and I could tell I fucked up. I goes, it's probably the parents or the son, right? And he goes, absolutely not. Absolutely not, Brendan. And then goes on how ridiculously of an assumption that is. And I go, well,
but who does he think did it?
It's not them. He goes, the problem is the narrative that got painted outside of that when the media was going crazy, and even the Boulder police, he goes, they were so far off, and he listed like 10 reasons why it wasn't them. And I kind of felt like an idiot. I went, very cool. I'll buy the book. I'm going to shut the fuck up now.
The only problem was that a handwriting expert had connected the mother's handwriting to the ransom note.
Dude, get him on this podcast. It'd be fucking fascinating. He's doing promotion right now.
I mean, I have no idea who killed Johnny
Ramsey. Douglas. This
but
guy
I do
does.
remember. I don't think he knows.
No, he knows it. He can tell you from his 70 years of experience dealing with murders, it's not the parents, but he had like evidence why it wasn't. Because I said the same things, right? I'm balls deep in John Bonet. I grew up around it. It was like such a culture phenomenon.
But did he say who he thinks it is?
Yeah, he did. And I forget, but it's not the parents.
Someone who's alive?
I don't know. You got to have him on.
Okay.
It was so. I'm telling you, I've listened to a shitload of shows, and I was so into this, man. I didn't even promote my special. I was there to promote my special. I didn't say a word.
Yeah.
I made one stupid comment about John Bonet's family, and then he was like, "Shut the fuck up."
Those fucking shows are very compelling, man.
Why do you think that is?
Crime shows.
Why do you think? Why are we? Well, like, why am I drawn to? Am I fucked up? Like, why am I drawn to this serial killer
if
shit?
you are fucked up, you're just like everybody else. Because
why
those
did I
shows
buy
are
Charles
super
Manson's
popular.
pubes on eBay?
How much did you pay?
70 G's, man. Can you imagine?
70 G, but his pubes, they plucked him out, so it has some DNA in him.
Dude.
You could recreate Charles Manson. What is this? Charles Manson's hair. $2,400.
That's a
This
steal.
is for a bag of hair off the head of Charles Manson. It was obtained July 2016 from an associate of Charles Manson.
Oh, no, that's
a
weak, dude.
COA will be certificate of authenticity will be included upon purchase. By the way, there are no certificates of authenticity when it comes to Charles Manson's hair. It's not like there's an accrediting body
Who's like, it's his DNA. It's definitely him.
we go over every aspect of this purchase.
That shit's weak, though, man. You want that 1970s hair strain. You don't want the updated shit.
You want
It's
to be
all gray.
there when he cuts it off, really. Yeah, you want to film him cutting it off, and then you want to vacuum seal it and sign it and film the whole thing. You put it in one of them fucking vacuum bags and
then sell it.
And then seal it. Yeah, that way no one's touched it, chops right off his hair. You got video footage of it. You got video footage of him autographing the bag. What the fuck is wrong with us? Why are we talking about this?